Hi lovely people, it's Kirsten back again. It's been a while since I've done a video. I wanted to get back to it. I have been running around and all over the place and just celebrated my youngest first birthday, and that was really beautiful with loved ones around. So I've been doing a series on birth order, and this is the last on the birth order. This is only children. Though I will say I do want to do a brief video on tips for parenting. I think that'll be really good just to kind of throw that in. But this is a video on only children. So there is something out there called only children syndrome. It is a thing. And it's myths, though. It's the same thing with middle children syndrome. There's a bunch of myths, and a lot of them are negative. And can we dispel them, or are they actually true? It's not a yes or no answer. A lot of these myths come to fruition if nurture is not handled the way that it could be, if it's not the most optimal level of really being cognizant of how we can bring out the best in our little ones and eliminating the not so attractive qualities. And we do that by really paying attention to birth order and what some of the things they can fall into. So only children, I'll just start with the positive qualities that they're known for. I wrote a couple of down. It's interesting in doing research that only children have traits of oldest, middle, and youngest. And it makes sense because they kind of have all roles, especially the oldest. They share a lot in common with oldest children because if you think about it, oldest children are only children for a certain amount of time. Only children are self-starters. They're ambitious. They are mini adults. They are natural-born leaders. They like to rise to the top and get things done right and first and most. And so I wouldn't be surprised if only children are the most successful entrepreneurs out there. That and oldest children, but maybe even only children more than that. So those are a lot of really good traits. They mature quickly. They have to, right? Another one is they have high expectations of themselves and those around them. So that's a lot of what you see with only children, and I have only children that are cousins and friends, and I would say it's true for them. Some of the not so attractive traits that can come if you're an only child is they're selfish. They're known to think of themselves first and most because they haven't had the practice of interacting with peers or similar age little beings to share and bounce ideas off and share with and be a part of. So being selfish is one. Being private, I don't know if that's a positive or negative, but that is a trait that only children often have, is that they're used to just keeping things close to the vest as far as their thoughts and feelings, and just even physical space. All that stuff is they're private and they're used to being by themselves. Can they be lonely? Absolutely. Only children can be lonely if the parents are not very aware of having them interact around other kids their age, whether it be play days, whether it be school, whether it be cousins, whoever they can be around. It's best not that they are not around adults only all the time. Because they're going to be many adults anyway, but if they're get a healthy balance of interacting with peers their age or similar age, they're much less likely to have issues with conflict resolution, to have social skills deficits, because they're just used to those interactions. So this is brief, but this is a lot of what can happen with the only children, whether it's positive or negative. There's actually a lot more positives to being an only child than what I originally thought. A lot of them, if the biggest complaint or thing that I've heard from only children is that they have been lonely. They did not have a built-in friendship with a sibling. Now the other side of that, if you have a sibling that's so far apart in age they can be your parent, or their sibling that's close in age, and you just don't get along for whatever reason, that can be even more detrimental and painful than having being an only child, not having any siblings. So it's it's all a case of the grass is greener, right? Okay, I'm gonna come back with another video soon on being the tips of being the oldest, the middle, or the youngest, and an only. So there's 4 tips, and there's 4 different ways of being with your child that you can create to bring out the best in them. Love you, and as always, like and subscribe. I will catch you very soon. Take care.